This is the Transportation TV News Update special coverage of the Transportation Research Board 96th Annual Meeting in Washington, D.C.
So this is my second time at TRB. The first time I came was when I co-authored a paper that was presented 2 years ago when I was an undergrad. And what attracted me to TRB, I just love the idea of coming to a place that's all about research, learning about what people are doing all over the world, and getting to learn more than just what's going on at my home university.
McCoy is but one face in a sea of 13,000 participants from 70 countries attending what TRB dubs as the world's largest gathering of transportation professionals. This year's estimated attendance up 5% over last year. Why do the numbers keep growing?
We like to think that we're actually offering value to transportation professionals, both in terms of their being able to come and discuss what the most current issues are with the leaders in transportation, and in terms of being able to network with their peers and talk about what the issues are that they're most concerned about.
This year's conference theme, Transportation Innovation, Leading the Way in an Era of Change, accurately describes many of the sessions and roundtable discussions being held here. Transformational technologies like driverless and connected vehicles are already being deployed in conjunction with state departments of transportation across the country. So it's no surprise that the leaders of those agencies are here in big numbers.
Well, this year we have at least 20 CEOs attending, and at least 18 of those are speaking in sessions. So I think one thing that tells us is that the state DOTs are not just taking from the annual meeting, they're giving to the annual meeting. They are part of the technical expertise and the policy expertise that is presented. So those CEOs are presenting on policy level issues, but dozens of their staff are also presenting on technical issues.
The American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials President and Commissioner of the Maine DOT, David Bernhardt, and several other DOT CEOs sat on this panel to discuss ways to include multiple transportation modes in state planning for highways and bridges. The goal is to work with community partners to add bus and bike lanes and pedestrian walkways to promote safer streets, healthier lifestyles, and economic development.
The number one thing as a Department of Transportation you really have to take into consideration is the collaboration. The only way you can do these types of projects, urban, accommodating all the different modes, is you've got to have collaboration, and that is between the department, the municipality, the different modal stakeholders, the different modal customers, those that are using them, and the business community.
The transformations being discussed here also involved adapting how transportation planning and design is being altered to accommodate changes in climate and sea level. Also this year, lots of talk about the political changes in Washington. Pedersen says TRB has reached out to the new administration.
Well, obviously, the administration has a very ambitious goal in terms of infrastructure investment. I think that we can be providing a lot of expertise, both in terms of members of our committees, as well as past reports that we have done on advising them on alternative approaches for financing in particular, which I think is going to be the biggest challenge. One of the things that any new administration ends up eventually facing are severe weather events or other unanticipated events that take place. And again, with resilience being one of our areas that we're really focused on, I think we have a lot that we can be offering in terms of how they can be best planning for those types of events.
Outgoing USDOT Secretary Anthony Foxx has dealt with several major weather events during his time as the nation's top transportation advocate. During his speech at TRB, Foxx summed up his successes at USDOT, and he outlined the big challenge we all face moving forward.
The challenge of the 21st century isn't just building these systems in isolation from each other, it's actually integrating these systems and make the whole greater than the sum of the parts.
Making transportation safer, greener, more reliable, and resilient are just some of the goals being advanced here through those seminars and more than 1,400 exhibition booths like this one hosted by the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials, AASHTO. AASHTO also shares a separate booth with the Federal Highway Administration to advance the second Strategic Highway Research Program, or SHARP-2, which promotes the implementation of innovative transportation products and programs that are proven to save lives, reduce congestion, and improve quality of life. Research, innovation, and implementation. This is the 96th annual TRB meeting. Toby Muse is behind the camera. I'm Tony Dorsey, reporting.